And we're live. What's going on, everyone?
Hey, there we are.
There we are. There we is.
Hey, FYI, speed set doesn't taste terrible. Oh. Whoops. I'm a professional.
Call me next week when you have that blockage looked at. All right. Michael Alm is in the house this week, guys. This is it's pretty exciting.
Oh, Michael Alm, not Michael Coffee.
No.
Michael is here.
Not the coffee.
How many mics can we fit
cool
into a
Michael.
box?
So we're gonna call Mike, and then we're gonna call Michael.
Mr. Alm.
Mr. Alm.
Mr. Alm, if you're nasty.
Well, this is our live. I don't know if you're familiar with YouTube, Michael, but it's a pretty big platform. It's up and coming, but it's doing pretty well for people.
If you're not on it yet, you gotta hop on it.
Yeah, you should check it
It's
out.
the next big thing.
Yeah.
I'll try it out.
What's really big right now is unedited, like hours-long videos. People are all
My favorite video on the YouTubes is this 24-hour long white screen that I use as a side light. It's my fave.
It's
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, dude. I turn it on every week. I have a 24-hour long video. I'm sure there are shorter ones, but this one seems
Do
fine.
ads
But
come
why?
up on it? Is it monetized?
oh, imagine.
It is monetized, and the reason why I like this one is because the ads don't come up for like 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't pay
What
for
am I-
premium?
No, I'm poor.
It's the best thing ever. Oh my god! When you stop getting ads, it's like, oh, it's a whole different ball game.
You're like the only person in the country that is paid for premium, I think.
Single-handedly holding up YouTube Premium.
Yes, me. I am
over there,
funding
Pete's
all
house.
of your monetizations.
Yeah,
You're
that's where
welcome.
that little percentage comes from every.
Pete's the whale. Pete's the whale that they depend on.
By the way, and I know Zoom just compresses the crap out of the video, but how does my video look?
Really good, actually.
Really bad. Oh, I make good.
Oh,
I'm using the M50.
your video looks good. You, on the other hand, we need to talk.
So
Ay, Dios
I'm
mío.
on the Canon M50 right now, and I'm running it through a cam link into my computer. So that's
Really?
my webcam right now. You remember
Oh,
this
wow.
thing we were talking about like months ago? I finally hooked it up.
I need to figure out how to do that
It's-
with my R3.
It was a lot of setup with, but if you have like a good spare camera,
I got a camera too.
I tried to figure that out over COVID because I did a couple YouTube live things and it was like just a nightmare.
So,
I was
like-
like, I can't pull this off.
this is the not working. I was gonna show the Logitech Brio.
Yeah, look at
it's
you
not working.
flexing
So
over
this clearly is much better. This
here. Oh, I still haven't changed my name. Yikes! I should probably. Oh, we don't have a sponsor
Yeah,
this
that-
week.
no,
I can stay your mom.
it's weird. Now my other Brio doesn't work. So we're gonna use the good camera. That's it.
That looks like poop now.
Oh no. Oh, it's probably just buffering.
You screwed it up.
It's the same camera, right? Yeah, it is. It's just, I have them side by side. Although
Anyway,
I take care of
all
a lot
this
of
camera
stuff.
talk aside, Michael, thank you for joining us. This
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah, man.
You're like one of my YouTube heroes. I found you on YouTube years ago when I first started down this whole online woodworking, whatever you want to call it. I really don't like using the word influencer, but
Content creator.
oh yeah, content creator.
A YouTube big deal.
Influencer's the worst.
I know. I'm influential.
One would
Influential.
argue as you're the most influentialist.
Yeah.
The
No,
what?
no. Yeah. I found your channel probably about the same time I found Jimmy's.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jimmy who?
Do you remember what
he
video?
makes things. Bro, no. It was when you were in. Well, I think you've always been in the same shop, haven't you?
Yeah, for YouTube.
But it was before you started really like decking it out. Decking it out, that's a term?
Yeah.
Tricking it out.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Pimping it out.
Kind of.
Pimp,
Yeah.
pimp my shop.
Pimp my shop.
On MTV.
All the cards have casters with spinners.
It
on
was
them.
way before you did the weaving like
Pattern plywood?
plywood. Yeah, pattern plywood.
And that's
Words
early,
are hard for
yeah.
me. Words are hard for me, and I do a podcast. So welcome.
Yeah, you're kind of the pattern king, aren't you? At least certain patterns.
That's what we're gonna call
You
it.
don't take it. You're a pattern king. That's it. Get shirts
Yeah,
made
I'll
and
take it.
everything.
I don't know if anyone's fighting for that crown, so
I don't know. Have you heard about the bow tie king of Sarpy County?
no.
You're looking at him.
Dan.
No one has.
There are upwards of 7 or 8 people that have
Yeah.
heard of it.
Yeah, he's very special. He's known at many Cornhuskers washing.
God, don't use
Places.
that word.
Michael, on the Wormwood stuff, is there stuff we can talk, or we can talk about most of that, right? You can go. Can you dive into
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think all of it.
All of it. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I want to
anything
talk about
off
that in the
limits?
show. Yeah, anything off limits. This giant dinner
Are we
planet
on YouTube
areolas.
live right now?
Yeah, we're on live right now. Yeah, don't talk about it right now.
So if
this
there was
is-
something that was off limits,
It's just
we can't
10
talk
of
about
our
it.
Yeah.
closest
Yeah.
friends. They're
tell
not
ya.
going to tell anyone.
Oh, we got 29 in here now and only 9 thumbs
Ooh.
up. That math doesn't work out, but hey, there are 29, 28. Oh, it's going down.
There are
27,
It went down.
26.
Oh, no.
dozens of people.
Pandering.
Yeah.
It's
a
no,
good crowd.
Wormwood's all fair game. We can talk about that.
Cool.
I think most of it. I've kind of let the cat out of the bag about my merch,
Yep.
my store that's going up. Although, yeah, we can talk. I don't know how much you want me to complain about website stuff, but
Ooh, we love that.
Yeah, man.
No, that's
all
everybody
relatable.
loves to hear somebody
We-
complain
we-
about it.
we like
Everyone-
complaining.
No, man. Yeah, complaining is at least 40% of this podcast.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. It's literally the what's on the bench. We have, I'm excited about this. And then, can I tell you what's frustrating? And then we explain.
How
something.
about these airline peanuts?
Oh, hey.
It's basically a Seinfeld bit. So
yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, and a little bit of podcast etiquette. We do encourage you to cut us off, make fun of us,
Absolutely. yeah.
bust our
Shops?
peanuts.
Bust their peanuts.
Yeah, just have fun with it, man. It's
Please
just,
don't bust my peanuts. I have very few left.
at your age, especially with all the Type Bond speed set you're consuming.
Yeah, what was I saw that. Did you actually just like go? It
was-
like
that
you
was-
just went for it.
First of all, that was really type on speed set. Secondly, we cut out my editor cut out the part where I was choking and gagging. He goes, I cut that out, but maybe we'll
especially
make
since
that
it
as
had
a
nothing
real-
to do with the glue.
Yeah. It transitioned very nicely. It's like, delicious.
I was in pain. Don't put Type Bond in your mouth, kids.
Oh.
Don't do it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Is this going to be our NyQuil chicken? Is the
NyQuil chicken. Dunlap speed set is the NyQuil
It's so bad
chicken.
that I know what you're talking about. Occasionally we get questions in the chat. Mike, is that what you were gonna do?
Go
Before
for
I cut
it.
you off?
I like watching you read.
Michael from Tailored Forest has a question. He says, "Alm,
That's my.
you're on a last name basis apparently. What was the moment or project that the pattern plywood clicked and you saw the potential for its design? Also, what's the coolest way you've seen someone else use it?"
Good questions. Well, the piece is actually behind me. The first one, it was the Rockler or the Rockler like one sheet of plywood challenge.
Oh, I remember
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Wasn't
first
that put
one.
on by the Modern Maker Boys?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Competing podcast.
Well, we're better,
Yeah.
so it's not really a
It's
competition.
not really a competition. Let's get real.
Yeah, that was the first one that I was like, I actually went upstairs and I said to Ashley, I'm like, I could build a brand around this. You get a weird like moment of there's a
That's
lot
some
to
serious clarity, dude, to like be like, yeah, I could build a whole thing around. I can build an empire around pattern
Let's do this.
plywood.
So it is fair to say that you are the pattern king. Pattern plywood
Yes, for
king?
sure. There's no question.
Yeah, I think it's fair. You have an empire.
Oh yeah, and who's
What
your
was the second
favorite?
question?
Or what's the what is it? What's the coolest way you've seen
What's the-
someone else use it?
Oh man, I've seen
Or
a
do you
lot
even
of,
follow that stuff? Or do you just like go, oh, that's overplayed. I'm not looking at that.
No, I follow that. I started the hashtag pattern plywood, so I get to like I can scroll through a lot of people's stuff.
That's fun.
Yeah, some people. I'm trying to think of recent ones. It's just
Josh
been useful.
Hescott has been working on one, I think, that comes to mind
Josh
real quick.
has. Yeah, he's been doing a whole bunch. I don't know if I'm trying to remember if I've seen finished ones or if he's I've seen his like he's been gluing up a whole bunch of panels and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he's making that into yet, but I have been watching whatever he posts.
And you're predominantly plywood, not so much like skate decks cut up and
Yeah.
glued up, right? Because there's a lot of that too. Kind of falls in the same like pattern wise. It's just like thin strips, but
It does. I didn't want to really step on Wobie's toes or anything like that. Like
He's got
I feel
big
like-
toes. It's fine.
they're enormous.
We've seen them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have brought some color into it, but I've just done it by adding colored veneers to the glue ups, which is super fun. And I actually have I've got a box sitting right here from the brand Roar Rocket.
Oh yeah.
They do colored veneers, and it's just off camera here, and it's part of an upcoming project. So
Fun.
yeah.
So you're basically making your own skateboard decks and then using those.
Yeah, and then cutting them apart.
I don't mean to
It's
step
easier
on
that way,
Wobie's toes, but I make my own skateboards. Suck it.
A pattern plywood skateboard might be something that has to happen at some point. Oh, I should say, I think the coolest thing, Miles made the guitar. His guitar out of pattern plywood is gorgeous. Yeah. Say, finally answer that question.
Who is it?
Make with Miles.
Pattern plywood guitar sounds amazing.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
actually sounds pretty cool.
Yes.
He beat me to the punch on that, but I don't know if I was going to get there anytime soon. So
Jackman, Paul Jackman is here. He says, "Wow, Pat Lapp has lost a lot of weight." Paul, we got bad news
I
for you,
corrected
buddy.
him, and he'll be joining us after the commercial break. So stay tuned.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
After the commercial break, we'll have.
Oh, that guitar is dope.
isn't it?
Is it? Wait, what was
Oh
the
my
handle again?
gosh.
Make with
I'll send
Miles.
this to you. I'll send this to you, Pete. And
What
Dan.
about me? What am I trash?
And Pete
No,
and
you're
Dan?
not.
Sorry.
Okay.
You don't even know what a guitar looks like.
He also
I
did a
have no
Kumiko
idea.
guitar.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Kumiko. That's
Oh.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
A guitar, isn't that like a bigger ukulele? Isn't that what?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen one of those.
So
That Kumiko,
Miles,
that Kumiko guitar is incredible.
Wow. That
Oh
looks
my
dope.
goodness. Holy
Miles-
smokes.
to make you guys all feel like garbage, Miles just graduated from high school.
Okay.
Outstanding.
Well,
I'm gonna go
I'm out.
follow him now.
What a little prick.
Oh, and he's from Portland, Oregon.
man.
Gross.
What a little jerk off.
I
I
mean,
hate
that,
him
is,
already.
that is gorgeous. Nice.
No,
So
he's
worn.
got some skills. Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll
It's
throw him
going
a follow.
places.
So would you say that if you make a pattern plywood cutting board, is that an end grain board?
That's like, well, yes and no.
Well, I guess yeah, that's right. It could be.
The plywood's going like this, right?
Yeah.
So it's half in grain, half long grain.
That's
From my understanding from the internet, if you mix grains like that, it'll explode. And your family will
you
probably
can't
die.
let grain.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'll be
Yeah.
sitting there in the living room one day just
And then you'll probably also die from all the chemicals and stuff. So
because all the glue.
you're just dead.
Swedish Nuts in the on the chat says, "What are the projects you're wanting to make out of pattern ply, but currently can't figure out how to because it's too crazy to wrap your head around?"
I have a follow-up a pattern plywood tambour project.
Nice.
That maybe it's not I kind of think I know how to make it, but I have to build up the courage to do it because I know it's going to be a challenge, like the scale of the tambour. Because I did the tambour bench that had like it was like this tall, probably like I don't know 10 inches max, and this one's going to be probably 3 times that, maybe 30 inches tall. So I need to structure it different because this pattern plywood is very snappable for the reason that you guys mentioned just a second ago, like it being end grain and long grain, it wants to break on the end grain side. Yeah.
Also explosive, as we mentioned.
Also, it
Like,
explodes.
explosive, yeah.
Mhm.
Like filled with nitroglycerin or something.
I mean, I'm going to ask you in the show because I don't want to like blow this question here, but I guess you can answer it here too. But where are you getting your ply?
Yeah, currently Baltic birch ply is hard to get.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get anything. I've had to find. I had to like we're sourcing.
Tell us your secrets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sourcing this like they're mixing up like eucalyptus and rubber wood, which is getting a really nice ply with a maple veneer over the top. That's what I'm getting for like my A1 premium plywoods, but I can't.
Is
get
it really
anything else.
bouncy? by chance?
Yeah, it's amazing. You fall on it, you stand right back up on your feet. It's amazing.
So it'd be good for basketball floors for white guys.
It's great.
Cool.
That's offensive.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Isn't that what you have on TV right now for the ambient light?
Yeah.
Just white guys playing basketball?
Yeah, that's basically
So dumb.
Yeah, that's been a real struggle lately, is trying to find just good plywood ever since everything started going down in Ukraine. I mean, obviously.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
My people,
thanks,
I'm sorry.
Thanks a lot, Pete. No, I mean that's
your fault.
Yeah, we blame most.
absolutely Pete's fault.
Anything Eastern European, Ukrainian,
Any
Russian,
Eastern European issue, it's Pete's fault. He's first generation Polish.
A little behind the scenes.
We did.
Born in Poland, but my family's Ukrainian, so I'm right in the center of it. Actually,
Yeah.
I the whole Baltic birch thing is it's hard to get that stuff right now. Apparently,
Absolutely.
You just can't get it. It's not hard.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
I think
the local
Chris from A Glimpse Inside is having troubles too. I think he shared that in his YouTube videos.
We talked.
Yeah. He's been like going hardcore on making products and stuff out of Baltic birch, and he was doing great. And then, this whole Ukraine thing happened, and he posted some of his struggles on YouTube, I think.
So apparently, the places that still produce it that are
The
able
Baltic?
to export in the Baltics, but not necessarily coming.
You know what
straight
I
from
know
Russia or
about the
Ukraine,
Baltic? Everything I know about the Baltic comes from Monopoly.
You're 100% correct on that one. But apparently, so my
Baltic
my
Birch
supplier
Ave.
told me yesterday that
There's a show title.
they stopped production on 1/8 inch and 1 inch Baltic birch for many of the lines. They're not shutting down their lines to reset for different thicknesses. They're focusing on 1/2, 3/4, and maybe 3/8 as well. So like that's the ones that they're really focusing on, and that's why he's able to still get some of that. I got his last sheet.
He's
6
able to
sheets.
get it.
He's got a guy named Boris. And he's just like, basically, I'm not even making this up. And basically, they're exporting out of Russia to another country, and then through some
Oh, they're
finagling,
dodging.
exporting out of that
dodging.
country.
That sounds sketchy.
So they're like, it's like South African Baltic birch, but it's from Russia.
I mean, I
just
really like
Well, that's
plywood,
just-
like nice clean ply, but I don't want any money going to Russia personally. So I don't think I'd want to have anything to do with that. So, but yeah, I mean, the eucalyptus and rubberwood is actually pretty nice. I'm actually
very
pretty
interested to
surprised.
see that.
It's just red. I mean, it's got like red ply layers, like pinkish color, but it's nice. It's got nice plies to it.
Would you
I
say
just
it
didn't-
has a pinkish hue?
Nope. That's
Sorry,
completely
that's a
inaccurate.
Seinfeld reference. I'll show myself out.
What episode of Seinfeld is that?
It's when Seinfeld and Elaine are trying to set up George with that girlfriend of Elaine's, and he was asking questions about her, and he goes, "What about her cheek? Does it have a pinkish hue? I like a pinkish hue."
Okay, yeah.
All right, Dunlap. You get a pass on this one.
Seinfeld quote.
That's a deep cut, dude.
That's what I'm here for, baby.
Michael, do you ever see yourself expanding the channel into doing animal sculptures or possibly starting a second channel dedicated to that?
Yeah, I've thought about it.
Oh, that's right. You do animal sculptures. I forgot all about it. I was like, man,
got one
that's
right
really
here.
out of left field. But oh yeah, you shared that once or
and
twice
large-scale
in a YouTube.
dinosaurs. That is well.
Sorry, I'm trying to look for a. Oh,
That's wild,
dope.
dude. I didn't even know you did that, Michael. Honestly, that's wild.
Yeah.
Is that
It's
plywood
what
as
I'm
well?
Is that just wood
kidding.
shavings?
Yeah, so this is
Those
maple.
are skateboard decks.
Oh my god, that's maple.
Oh, that's wild.
And then these are like gerbil bedding, like cedar
What
chips,
Oh, wow.
gerbil bedding.
like you get from the pet store.
Yeah.
oh,
That's
okay,
crazy, dude.
okay.
And then this is all it's mostly carved basswood, but the like nose and stuff is walnut. I want to. These things take for a very long time to make, so that's the problem. Is that like for me to actually devote a month to making a single sculpture?
That'd be a very long YouTube video.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do like I don't know. I couldn't do it as a second channel. I think about it a lot as doing it as a project, but like I don't know if you saw the recent catastrophe that is my garage right now.
Wait, is there a second channel?
I don't have a second
Oh, okay, I
channel.
was gonna say.
I don't think.
I've
I'm
thought-
going
I've
to be
debated
honest.
about
I
it.
don't think I've watched your latest videos. So Don't. No
Well, that's-
spoilers. No spoilers.
You're in a spoiler right now. This is
I know you've been working on that office. I've been watching that.
You're in a spoiler.
You're in
You're
a
in-
Spoilerception.
exactly.
I was watching your office build out. That looks fun. I really like what you did with the what is that, Douglas fir, like the wainscoting? Is that wainscoting?
Yeah, I think it's wainscoting. It's tongue and groove. I don't know if it's supposed to be wainscoting. Like people use this stuff in their eaves around here.
Mhm.
They'll just like have decorative.
You're up in the PNW, yeah?
Seattle.
Seattle. I didn't want to
Oh,
give
so-
away your exact location. You don't need any more.
3975
still your
East
address?
Decatur. Someone was asking, when is there going to be a PNW maker meetup?
That needs to happen.
Well, come on, can you get
There
on
needs
that?
to be. There needs to
feel
be
like
a West Coast thing so
there's-
bad. It's so ridiculous.
There's a ton
Yeah,
of
we've-
makers and woodworkers up there.
Been talking about it. Maybe when I get back and at the end of October, we'll sort something out.
Kevin Willingham has a good point. I mean, if I can get away with watching 24-hour long white screen videos, surely people will watch you carving an animal skull.
I mean,
I think it'd be cool slow TV. Like I think about that all the time about actually my buddy who helps me edit videos, he was saying, he's like, we could just publish the long form of you making, and like I wonder if
People
that
would
be
watch it.
successful or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
I
would
have
be the
a- I have
second
a-
channel. Like you don't have to do anything else. You just
No
do the long
talking, just
form.
whittling.
Yeah.
I have an idea for
swear.
you. I have an idea for you. Whenever you do
this is going to be good.
the
Hold on,
skull.
everyone get a pen and paper.
write it down.
This is my idea.
When
I
you
get
do your next
royalties
skull,
off this.
you grab a container of Type on Speed Set. Right.
It's got to be
and
type
open
on
your
speed
mouth.
set. It looks like mayo.
Bottle of mayo.
This is even better.
Go.
So you do that video, but you overexpose the hell out of it, so the screen is all white, and then I can use that
And
as
you
my
make it a
background.
white screen.
Oh,
So you can just barely make out the shop.
Boom.
That
There you
would-
go.
It would kill.
$1 million.
Do you want to hear like what I think is one of the most brilliant channels on YouTube? Like in terms of monetization and just like
See you, Pete.
Hey, still here.
The Ukraine got bombed apparently.
No, wait, apparently this
Jesus.
still goes to sleep after 30 minutes. So
Oh, you
Oh.
need to change that in the settings, bro.
you can't.
I like how
tie
it
I
showed
don't think
your.
You can.
I like how
I
it
don't
showed
think you
your.
go away with the
You
thing.
can.
Yeah, there it is. No,
You can change the sleep timer.
on the display. There's only 30 minutes is the max.
Oh, really?
Everything
Well,
else
then
was-
never mind. You're
yeah.
screwed. All right, you guys cut off Michael. He was saying something. very
I'm sorry.
important.
Yeah, back to you.
I was just saying that there's this channel that it's like slow TV, but it's birds. It's just like a person puts up like bird seed on a stump, and then they just set a camera there and film it, and they keep
Yeah.
refilling the bird seed.
My
and
cat
then they
watches
add-
that.
Exactly, it's
Yeah,
for cats.
Yeah, it's for
People-
Binks. She's
People
right there.
leave it on for their cats, and so they just have these like 6-hour videos that people just
Yeah.
have on all
Brilliant.
the time.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Guy's a billionaire.
I am not doing YouTube correctly.
That's so-
Yeah, dude.
I know.
I'm not doing it
That
right
is-
either.
That's brilliant. There's like 7,000 woodworkers in the whole world. There's like 73 billion cat owners in the world. Go after your market. Chase down the market.
73 billion.
So do the math, Pete. Figure that one out.
Carry
73
the,
billion.
Carry the two.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I need to put a GoPro on a laser and film that.
Oh, that's a great idea. And then your screen's just totally scratched up.
But no,
Ideas
wait,
guy.
no, that's Dan. That's so stupid because if you post a video, it's just going to be the laser in the center with the background changing. But
Oh,
the
yeah, you're right. I got the wrong video. It's playing a commercial. It's not 4 hours in.
is that why it looks like a nightclub?
Yeah. But I did have the foresight to turn off the volume, so there's that. All right.
Dan, this is
Sorry
what you
about
look like with ads.
You're
I'll just
right,
say
Pete.
Kate-
I thought that was a great idea, but it's not because the
It would
pointer would
just
just be
stay
in
dead
the
center.
center.
That's
dumb.
right.
Damn it! Mike, did we get questions this week?
We did. We have another one for Michael from Michael
Oh.
at Tailored Forest.
So many
says,
Michaels.
Out of all the art exhibits, galleries, installations that you've been a part of, which are you the most proud of and why?
It's really
The one where he fist fought Jackson Pollock. That's my favorite. If you didn't see that one, sorry.
Those
It's
all
scrubbed from the
CGI.
internet.
So I mean, my favorite. I did one really big solo show of all. I painted all the mammals of Washington. So it was a watercolor painted show, and it was like 2 years of work. And the show nearly sold out, which was pretty awesome. It was
That
like
is awesome.
we only had a couple like mice left by the end.
What
Of it.
what is sell out? Did you sell like 5 tickets, a dozen?
No, in
30?
terms of the work, the artwork sold out.
Oh, the art. Okay, I thought you were saying.
Yes.
Okay.
So the art was like, there's 141 mammals in Washington. I painted
Whoa.
every one of them.
Yo,
And then,
that's
and then,
dedicated.
yeah. And then I sold them. There's a video about me framing all of them because I had to make frames for each one of them.
I've seen that one.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Right?
That's an old one. That's like early days.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I nearly
Walnut
drove
frames.
myself. Maple.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm just threw myself under the bus there.
They should
I'll
have
show
been
myself
walnut.
out.
I kind of
It should
regret
have
not
been.
doing walnut.
That's the
but
thing. It should have been.
should
I
have
was
been walnut.
thinking that in my mind. Like, man, this should have been walnut. What a
Way to
what
critique
a
him,
loss. No, I remember watching that video.
Let's listen to these 2 questions.
So Michael, do not
Hey,
answer them. We're just gonna pre-listen to everything.
Okay.
Get you primed and ready.
The people don't pay for answering these in the pre-show.
Yeah.
We only answer the questions in the chat.
Pete, for Mark, we've got a question from Mark Alms. It's just like Michael's name, but ALMES. It was spelled wrong in the
I think
notes
it's
last week.
I think
and
it's a
missed it.
stalker.
Stalker.
And then Thomas, of course, our friend from France. So let's get this one from Mark Alms going first.
Hey guys, Mark Alms here calling in again. I wanted to be sure to call in this week because last week Dan asked if I was the Walmart version of Michael Alm. And to answer that, yes, I absolutely am.
He's a Casey's
One day I
Pizza.
hope to be the Menards version, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, this week I have a question specifically for Michael. How did the collaboration with Wormwood come to be? What was it like working with Doug and the team up there? And what's the future hold? It looked like you were maybe preparing to do some collaborations or something with some furniture. So, yeah, interested in that. Thanks, guys. Bye.
I'm actually looking forward to hearing that answer because, quite honestly, I don't know what Wormwood is.
Yeah, you need to. The story's cool, so it'll be cool for Michael to go into
Cool,
that.
cool,
So, it's good. I didn't know about it until we were at IWF and I was hearing all about that stuff. So that is a pretty cool story. So
And
I
they
hope we
were
can
out there,
deep dive
too.
into that. Yeah, they were. Yep. And now I'm all into that guy's channel.
Yeah.
Like when I'm running, I've been checking. Like it was Sean was like, you need to check out dude's channel. I was like, all right. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's super addicting. It's a super good channel. It's like so good.
Really
Kevin-
addictive. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at a comment in the chat. Kevin Willingham says the Walmart version of Alm makes patterned MDF.
Could you tell the grain? Technically, I feel like if you sand it, it's just
Good.
No, you can't tell that.
That's funny.
Pattern.
Good one,
Yeah.
Kevin. Awesome.
Do you guys remember the days when like YouTube woodworkers would do April Fool's videos?
Oh
Yeah.
God, I hate April Fools with a passion.
I think
the
about
day
that. I
in
always
general.
get these April Fool's ideas because it used to be like a big trend. Like I know Steve Ramsey would always do one. I know Chris from Get Hands Dirty. She did.
Oh
a few
yeah,
of them, and yeah, I don't know. I think those days are over.
I'm so tired
I just
of,
hate that day.
of woodworkers quitting on April Fools.
Yeah.
I see one more
I'm
of those
quitting.
videos. Oh guys,
No,
we're done.
No, okay.
we're done. We're never gonna build another one of these because we're moving to this now. Like stupid. Get out of here.
The next question is from Thomas. This is our listener from France. He's very loyal and always calls in great questions.
Say it.
So
Say it. Say it. Say it.
say what?
Outrageous.
Oh, he calls in with his outrageous accent.
There we go.
It's amazing.
I've listened to the podcast. I know who Tom is.
Okay.
French.
Hey guys, it's Thomas from France, and before asking my question, I just want to say that Daniel is killing it on YouTube, and his videos are getting better and better, and I really like watching them.
Well, you're
Alright,
welcome,
so
Thomas.
I have a question about making pattern, maybe using plywood. Do you know by any chance anyone that does this kind of madness? Oh, Michael, hi! So, do you plan the plywood pattern you want to make? Do you just go on Fusion and try to see how to cut and glue back the patterns, or you just go and try? Also, you got a glow forge, and it seems to be a great machine, but how does it do with plywood? From what the guys have said earlier in the podcast, laser can have a hard time with the glue inside the plywood, so does it work well? Merci, à plus.
Thank you, Thomas. Great questions as always, and we love
One of
your
our
accent.
faves.
Yeah, he's good.
Love
good
Thomas. He always comes in
Uh,
hot with really good questions, if you can understand him. But luckily, he does send in a transcript.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah,
He does.
He's legit. Like the dude's awesome.
Yeah.
He calls in,
Yeah.
has great questions, and he follows up with
Also, I'm gonna shout him out.
Transcript.
He has a YouTube channel as well, and he does
Oh,
videos.
does he?
So yeah, go check him out.
Oh, cool.
Does he?
Yeah.
And oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I have to find him on the YouTube.
He just did a
You
thing
guys
for.
are subscribed to Thomas
Yeah.
after all this?
Come on.
Yeah.
Everything he's done for you?
I had no idea.
He even has my hat. Just saying. Throw it out there. He's a big fan.
What's Thomas?
what's the is it TSG makes?
TSG makes, I think. If it's the same as his,
We're gonna grow.
yep,
his,
there it is.
yeah, there it is.
Subscribe. Boom.
I'll give him a subscription.
You can tell because it's his lovable face.
Yeah, it's his
The
corgi.
dog.
The dog. He does have a corgi, which is like an extra plus. I'll give him that.
It's
This
awesome.
is 315th.
Nice. Yeah,
Bro,
I'm,
if you guys don't subscribe to Toma, go do that
subscribe
now.
to Thomas.
Also, if you don't
Yeah,
subscribe
and
to
subscribe
Michael
to another
Hall-
Woodshop podcast and Michael.
Oh yeah,
Hall.
subscribe to us. We're almost to 1,000.
so I'm embarrassed to say that I was not subscribed to your YouTube channel. My
What?
first-
Oh, we
I
got
know,
a
You are
fire
an
yeah.
idiot.
That's
I know. I was
And this
missing
is
out on a lot
awkward.
of stuff. Like my first experience with you was actually through Bourbon Moth when you guys worked on a boat,
Oh, yeah.
and like that unfortunately was like the extent of me following you on YouTube or seeing you on YouTube.
So
which is
you
about-
watched his videos.
You're like, oh, who's this rando? I'm gonna have him on my podcast.
nervous laugh. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like we're old war buddies. Like no, I'm very very interested to learn more about you.
That's what you get when you hire a Ukrainian Polish guy to be on a podcast with you. Sorry.
Wait, hired? Wait, you guys getting paid
You
for
hired
this?
him?
Oh,
Oh, Dan, shut up.
said the quiet part
That's,
out
he's
loud.
not
Is this
supposed
why
to
you
know
don't-
that.
Is this why you're still on a student visa?
Pete, you're breaking up. Are you going through a tunnel? Okay.
We're laughing.
We're laughing. Humor.
All right, awkward silence.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel like
I'm
we
still
ran out
on
of stuff to
Thomas'
talk about.
YouTube
Yeah, I
channel.
think we'll just call the episode anyway.
Mike, there's a
You're
question
interested?
in the chat for you. From
Oh,
Is
Victor.
there?
Wait,
Yeah.
who, me? This is getting...
Mike.
Oh,
No.
from
Oh,
Victor.
okay.
Oh, you're
Mike.
keeping it straight. I'm Michael.
Mike,
Mike,
after
af-
having
Go ahead,
Domino's, Mike, after having Domino's and now having a Panther router, which would you say is a better purchase? They're not doing the same thing. They're not. It's not the same tool. I mean, it's just not.
I mean, it's
Uh,
technically the same, but different applications.
no, it's so.
I mean,
the
it's a mortise and
difference
tenon
is-
machine, yeah.
Kind of. So it's a mortise and tenon machine, but it does a bunch of other joints and stuff. I mean, the Domino. Can do
Oh,
mortise
that's
and
right.
tenon,
I'm sorry.
but it can do dovetails. It can do box joints. It can do a bunch of different things. So it's not really the same. So like, it's 6 of one, half dozen the other kind of. Like if you do, like I just did these chairs, right? I feel very confident, and I've seen a bunch of people build chairs with Dominoes, and it's going to be a great with the floating tenon. You're going to have a great, strong joint. It's going to be a good chair. I think that if I'm building a chair in the future, I'm going to use the Panther router because I want that continuous grain tenon going through into that mortise. So for that, but if I'm trying to do like, I'm trying to think of an example. So if I wanted to set up, if I had to do like 90 of the same joint, I'm going to do it on the Panther router because the setup's just a few minutes, but once you get it going and get everything set up, it's flying through this joinery. I'm absolutely blown away at how fast that machine is at knocking out repetitive production joinery. It's insane.
And what's the router that's on that thing?
It's
Is
a
it
Bosch
some- it's
1617.
Oh, did you put yours on there? It doesn't come with
No,
one?
I bought it with one. I didn't. I mean, I
Oh,
didn't.
you bought it with one. Okay. No, I
Yeah,
just
I
wasn't
bought it with
sure
one.
if they have like some special one that they use that they recommend or whatever.
It's just that's the one they built around it. Was that Bosch 1617?
cool. That's easy one.
What's
to
that?
get.
2.25 horsepower router. Yeah.
Something like that,
that's
like
a good
2.5
one.
or something like that. It's fine. It runs. They most of the stuff I've been doing on it, they recommend running a 1/2 inch upcut bit. It leaves such clean cuts. It's so clean.
And you just showed us that you did box joints with it, and it came out super
Yeah.
clean and super nice.
They're perfect.
You can't do that with a domino.
Yeah, so they're not exactly the same. It's kind of hard for me to answer the question because I don't have my pant router. I'm like, man, I don't need these dominoes anymore.
No, all
In my
different.
shop, I need both. I mean, I have both dominoes and I still use both dominoes. It's just different. It depends on what you're doing. Like if you're I have kind of a production shop. So we do but production work. So we have different options. So it's not really
I mean, it's like you have a CNC, but the shaper is coming in real clutch right now. You know, like
yeah, I
it's a
can't
different
take
application.
my I can't take my CNC on a plate and put it on a corner of a box and around that corner with my CNC. I could set up the work on my CNC and certainly do the work on there. But it's faster to take a plate to it and throw it on the edge there and quickly round that corner up and stuff. The plate is really, really dope. But like I was telling you guys, and I've talked about on the show, I'm doing this job with Room and Board where we have to do all these bow ties. And it's way faster than by doing it by hand and doing it by CNC to cut the mortise pockets out for the bow ties. It's way faster on the Origin, way faster. It's also way faster to cut the actual male plug or the male plug bow ties on the CNC than it is by hand or on the Origin. So I use both. I mean, we just go back and forth. So I don't know. It's just fast. It's just, I don't know. Different tools do different things, but you don't need to like invest.
action.
Well, just like don't invest into tools because you saw someone else on the internet use it. That's what I'm trying to get to, like long term. Like it works for my shop, but don't buy it because you saw me use it. Like if you have a specific thing you're trying to do in your shop that you want to chase down, ask other people who have that tool. If you think
Buy
there's a tool
tools
that's gonna help you.
as needed basis.
needed.
Yeah. Like don't just be like, oh, someone else has it. It's got to be good. What I'm using it for may not apply to what you do in your shop. Like,
Anyway, welcome to our sponsor, 3M. Buy all the sandpaper.
So, anyway, long stuff. Sorry.
Did you answer Johnson Works question while I was away getting a drink?
Is that router much faster than cutting the standard mortise and tenon joiner on say a table saw? Yeah, I think it is because I was able to cut a whole base for the tenons. I don't know I did double tenon, so 4, 8. See, I did 16 tenons because once you set it up after a minute, I did 16 tenons in like
skills.
2 minutes. I mean, it
Wow.
was super fast. Like, I mean, it was just I'm like, cutting them, pulling off the piece. Cutting, throw another one in there.
I've seen Matthias use his homemade one, and he can zip through stuff pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine that the full production model that you have can go pretty fast as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool tool.
Yeah.
I've been loving watching since you got it. I've been like looking just at other uses for it, and it's really cool. I have no use for it at all.
Victor says, well, he's canceling his order. All right.
Yeah, Kamani, his whole plan is basically like whatever he sees me use and enjoy, he just says, "I just order me one too." I have his credit card on file. His wife hates me
nice.
because he just buys everything that I'm like, yeah,
I could use a Panda router. Can you just use Kamani's and send it to me?
I'll send it over.
All right, cool. All right, so
Victor, it's 12 to 4 on Saturday.
what do you guys say about getting out of this and going to the actual show?
Go on,
Yeah?
get.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Thank
right,
you,
everyone.
everybody, for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for following everyone. And we'll see you guys next week.
Be sure to go follow Michael Alm on the YouTubes and Instagram, and also Thomas, because now we know he's on.
Follow Thomas.
And hopefully
someone
the
is-
three of us
he's on
you already
YouTube.
follow.
and please, if you don't subscribe to AWP, please do that as well. We need to get
Do
to
we
1,000 so bad.
have guests for next week?
I don't think so.
Not yet.
Next week is the last show before
If you
Maker
want to find
Camp.
out if we have a guest next week, tune in next week. for our pre-show. We'll see you all there. I love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.